What's up, guys? It's your boy back again with another quick video. See the SE600 in the background. Gonna make this one a quick one, not gonna talk too much. So this is a custom design for a client. Shouts out to you, I appreciate your business. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, you see the SE600 right here. We already have our memory drive loaded up, have our design positioned. I lowered it down a little bit because, as you guys can see, if you guys can see it on this palette, we'll call it, on this piece of material, we already stitched out one, so I'm going to stitch out another one right here with you guys. All right, so it is already to be embroidered. All I have to do is add the white. Actually, as you guys see on the screen right here, it says it's going to take 24 minutes for it to stitch out, 13 minutes for the white, 7 minutes for the yellow, 3 minutes for the blue, and 1 minute for the red. All right, so let us load up our first batch of thread real fast. Boom. And guys, if you haven't purchased your SE600, make sure you use my link, my Amazon link down in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate, and every time you use my link, it helps the channel out a lot. Guys, down below real fast, let me know what everybody's doing while you're quarantined inside. Let me know right now what you guys are doing. And also let me know what you think about this design. Even though it's not a personal design, it's a client's design, but let me know. See how I just did that? I have a video on how to do that. If you guys want to know how to do it, I have a video on how to thread your brother SE600. Press that button right there and it starts embroidering. Nice over the top view for you guys. The SE600 is laying down the back stitch of the design, and you can barely see the design peeking out the top that I already did. So this is a real easy stitch out, and the reason why I'm making this video is basically, like all my clients, once I embroider a design, once I create a pattern for them, I like to do videos for them unless they request that they don't want the video done, and then I won't do it. But other than that, I like to make them a follow along so they will not have any reason to mess up the design. You guys, if they follow along with the video, it'll be real easy. So if you have a simple, nice less is more design that you would like me, or logo or something like that you'd like me to possibly embroider, don't hesitate, hit me up. adubbproductions@gmail.com, adubbproductions@gmail.com. Send me an image, a picture, clear picture of your design, and I'll let you know if I can do it and what the fee would be, guys. All right, so this, like I said, this is a real easy stitch out to do. Just let the machine stitch it out color by color, and you do all the cuts at the end. So I'm just gonna let it stitch out the white. Don't want to make the video too long, and I'll be right back with you guys when it's time. Well, I'll be right back with you guys when it's halfway through the white. All right, just wanted to point something out to you guys really fast. You see the level of accuracy and precision the SE600 is stitching out this back stitch. I love how tight the stitches are, and I like that it's a solid back stitch. Doesn't look like a net. It looks like just a sheet of silk almost. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Looks really good. Looks like it's gonna be a good patch. So yeah, it's gonna come out the same exact way that the one above came out, but I might switch the colors up just because. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch the colors up on this one just because. So yeah. So as the SE600 nears the end, actually normally it would have stopped and went across and then started stitching up towards it, but for some reason, for whatever reason, it's just stitching all the way through. I'm not sure, but you'll see it start to slow down, and then it'll stop and get ready for the next color. It's a very dope machine. Had it for a very long time, over a year. It's going into 2 years now, and this thing, only thing I've had to do was take the plate up here off and like clean it out. And I actually just blew it out with my mouth. I didn't even get like a can of air or anything. And that's it. Once you're able to like take the plate off, which they provide tools to do it, and if you're good at putting things back together, that's pretty much the only maintenance you're gonna have to do to this machine. But for the price, for what it costs and what it can do, like by the time it breaks, if it does decide to break, it would have paid for itself and then some, guys. So it's a good machine to start off with. It's a good machine to continue on with. And a lot of people are asking why I haven't used my PE800 more. It's because that the PE800 is more for like my applique stuff, and I haven't really done a whole lot of applique stuff because I've been doing a whole lot of patches. I'm still building up my patch archive for the Brother SE600 so I can sell on my website, allanawade.com. So guys, the SE600 has stopped now, so it's time for me to change some thread. All right, take my white thread and roll it up. It's asking for some yellow thread. I'm going to use my spool saver. You guys can look in the description down below so you can buy yourself some spool saver. These things are very, very handy, guys. They help, like if you just put your thread away, your spool away just like this, the thread is going to be tangled. It's going to get all over the place. Before I started buying spool savers, before I looked for a fix to that issue that I was having, my thread, I would wind it, put it, you know, roll it up and put it away neatly. But by the time I got back to it, it'll be all over the place. These are real cheap, real inexpensive, and a good thing to have. All right, so let me load up my yellow thread. Very, very easy stitch out. Like I said, in this yellow thread right here, this part's gonna take 7 minutes. And again, you just let it stitch it all out, and you don't have to worry about any cuts or anything like that. I made this really, really, really simple for the client. Design takes 24 minutes to stitch out, and yeah, they shouldn't have any problems with this one at all. All right, so yeah, lower the foot and go. Look at that. All right, so it's gonna go around the whole thing, and it's going to do the what do you call this, the border. I'm gonna do the border around the whole design. Gonna go around and trace it, and then it's gonna do the stitch. Love when it does this. Hint to you guys that are digitizing, I like to make my borders, and I would highly recommend making your borders really nice and thick, because when you're making patches, it gives the person the option of either sewing it on, or if they want to making a design into a iron-on patch. But the thicker the border, the easier it is to sew it on. So I like to make my borders nice and fairly thick. So you can just pick the same color thread and just sew along the border. It's really, really easy that way. All right, so let me let this stitch out, and I'll be right back when the machine goes to the next section of the yellow, because it's going to stitch out the border, and then it's going to go from here to here and start stitching out the stars. There's 3 stars, and then there's a hoopy thing. All right, a hoopy thing. All right, guys, be right back. All right, it's at the end now, and you're gonna see it slow down when it connects, and then it jumps to the other side, and then it starts stitching the other part out. All right, so these 3 stars stitch out fairly fast, you know. And all right, so the next part is design, right? After this is gonna be the text. And okay, stitching out text using the Brother SE600 is a fairly complicated thing. It takes some experience doing. It takes a nice amount of experience doing, because you gotta know, like, I can look at a design right now and tell whether the text is going to be too small of a challenge, too much of a challenge for the machine to stitch out. And in most cases, a lot of cases, when you guys send me a design, I said I was going to make this a different color, didn't I? Oh well. In a lot of cases, when you guys send me a design, the text a lot of the times is too small. So I have to turn down a lot of work, because people have these high expectations of this machine, and the machine cannot do what it is they want to do. All right, so a lot of times I can't stitch out these things that you guys want me to stitch out. I apologize for that. It's just that as great as this machine is, it does have its limitations. All right, so you guys got to understand that. Yeah. So it does have some settings, and there are certain things that you can do in the digitizing software to get it to stitch out small text, but the text has to be a certain amount of length. I think it's like I can't remember offhand. It says it in the manual though. I think it's like 3 millimeters long. Anything smaller than that is going to be what do you call it? Like, it's going to be distorted. You're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to read anything. There are some tricks that you can do to get it to try this. I mean, you can always attempt and see what happens, but what I like to do sometimes, if the text is too distorted and I have to use that specific font, then what I'll do, I'll reduce the stitch count. And sometimes when you reduce the stitch count, that makes the text a lot clearer. But sometimes that doesn't work. You have to look at the numbers next to the font, and it'll tell you like the width. There's a number next to it, and the lower the number, the smaller the number, the smaller you can make the text. All right, that's the most I can tell you guys about that. But as you guys can see in this design right here, you can't see it right now, but these are little hearts right here. See that heart right there? I made little hearts in the design, but you can see this entire heart right there. So that's just a little, you know, little something else that you can do with programmable fill stitches. So yeah, it's gonna take a while for you guys to learn that technique. But let me switch out the thread, and we're gonna start stitching out some text. Bring this up, swipe the release, take that out. Oh, this yellow's almost gone. Ain't that something? That's how many times I stitched this design out for this client. I used a lot of thread, and that's how you guys can know when you order something. I am not gonna send you anything that's distorted or pixelated or something that I wouldn't be satisfied with. It has to be legible, and it has to look like, oh, that's a nice patch, or else yeah, I won't even take on the job if I know that I can't produce something that people are going to say, oh, that's a nice patch. You know what I mean? So that's just something to think about when you hire me to digitize your logos. All right, so now this blue is supposed to take 3 minutes, and let's see what it does. It shouldn't be that bad. It's going to be just like the one over top of it, actually. So just going to let it stitch out, and once again, I'll be right back. Alright, if you guys can see, I have my last batch of thread in here. This is the last part of design. It's only going to take 1 minute to stitch out. So, like I said, it's a real easy stitch out. Just press start once you've threaded up your machine, and let the Brother SE600 do its thing. Guys, if you guys want to purchase any embroidery designs, any custom embroidery designs that I've done, don't forget to visit allanawade.com. That's my merch store, and buy your .pes design. I have a lot of them on there for $1, or you can buy a $30 memory drive with 40 .pes designs for you to stitch out. And in most cases, I put a little bit of extra on there for you guys. So just go on there, buy the design, and you'll see what extra .pes files that you guys get. All right, I greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. And let me know what you guys think about this design. I think it's about to be done in a second. This is Amazing Grace Educational Childcare. All right, she had some extra little small elements to it that was way too small for me to stitch out. They're like little men dancing on top of this like moon looking thing, but wouldn't have been able to fit it on there. So boom, we're done this design. Take it out and let's examine it straight away. As they would say, straight away. Let me turn the light around a little bit so you guys can see it. Okay, so of course The cuts that you want to make is right here. Right. Just cut that one right there. And this one right here, and this one right here. That's pretty much it. Get the little embroidery shears between there. Alright, clip that. And clip this one right here. And once you clip this one right here, alright, if I can get it in between, you gotta be real careful that you don't. Once you trim that one right there and you pull this, everything comes loose. That frees up that whole G so you can see it. Alright, you can. That's pretty much it. That's all the cleanup you gotta do on this design. Dope design, legible, amazing grace, educational childcare. Alright, so, and this was very, very small. This is about as smallest as you can go, unless you have a industrial embroidery machine. But just so you guys can get a sense of how small that is, this is a spool, and this is about how small this design is. Alright, so yeah, very, very small text. Very, very small text. This is the embroidery shears right here, and you can see how small that text is right there. That's crazy. That's mad small. Alright, and it's still legible. I think you guys can read that, right? That's as small as I'm gonna be able to do. Anything smaller, I'm not gonna be able to do. I could barely do this, and this is barely legible. Alright, so when you contact me, allanawade.com, just be mindful of that. If you guys will look really closely, you guys can see the heart right there. See a piece of the heart right here, and so on and so forth. But you can really see a heart right here. It's pretty dope playing around with the programmable fill stitches. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I personally like this one. All you gotta do is put your freight check on here, let it dry, trim real close to the edges, and you got your patch right there. There you have it, folks. Another design done. Another client satisfied. Hopefully she hasn't responded yet. I emailed her .ps. I hope she likes it. But anyway, guys, like I said, if you would like your image digitized, and hit me up, allanawade.com. Greatly appreciate the business, especially while all this craziness is going on and I have time on my hands. Hit me up. I'll let you know if I could digitize your design or not. adubbproductions@gmail.com, allanawade.com to purchase yourself some of my .ps designs. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/adubbproductions, facebook.com/adubbproductions, and facebook.com/King A-Dubb. I'll see you guys. What are we doing next? Face mask video? Face mask video. Let's try it. And let's see what other people have out there in the face mask YouTube universe, because I think face masks might be a thing even after this is over, guys. So we'll see. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?